Hey snare drummers, welcome back. Today we're doing solo number 12 from our Alfred book. This solo is in 4/4 time and it's reviewing a lot of our 16th notes and 8th note patterns along with our 5 strokes and 9 strokes roll. The tempo recommended is 108. However, for our video today and the fact that we're reviewing this solo, I've slowed the tempo down a bit to 80 beats per minute. Let's get started and review solo number 12. We're going to start by playing the first 2 lines of music and we're going to finish with a roll. So let's play lines 1 and 2, finishing with the roll that takes us into line 3. That's our introduction. So the first 2 lines. Here we go. Finish with the roll. Ready? 1 E and a 2 and ready, go. 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and 4 E and 1 and 2 E and a 3. Rest. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and a 4. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and a 1. Yeah, good. And that takes us into the 3rd line. Let's do those 2 measures again. 1, 2, first 2 lines, ready, start. 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and 4 E and 1 and 2 E and a 3. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and a 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and a 1. Now, starting in line 3, we've got the repeat section that uses the first and second endings on lines 3 and 4. So let's do that section next. Line 3 to the first ending, line 3 to the second ending, and stop. Ready? 1, 2, line 3, go. 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, and 3. And a 1, 2 E and a 3, 4 E and a 1, 2 E and a 3. And a 1, 2, and 3. And a 1 and 2 E and 3. And a 1, 2 E and a 3, 4 E and a 1, 2 E and a 3, repeat. And a 1, 2, 3. And a 1, 2, and 3. And a 1, 2 E and a 3, 4 E and a 1, 2 E and a 3. And a 1, 2, and 3. And a 1 and 2 E and 3. And a 1, 2 E and a 3, 4 E and a 1, and a 3. So now we're down to the second ending and we're down on line number 5. We're going to start in line number 5 and we're going to play 3 lines of music. So lines 5, line 6, and line 7, and we'll stop at the end of line 7. So 3 lines, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, line 5. 1 E and 1 E and 4. 1 E and 1 E and 3. And a 1 and 2 E and 3 E, a 4. And a 1 and 2 E and 3. 4 E and a 1 and 2 E and 3 E, a 4. And a 1 E, a 2 E, a 3. 4 E and a 1, 2 E and a 3. 4 E and a 1 E, a 2 E and 3 and 4. And a 1, 2 E and a 3. 4 E and a 1 E, a 2 and a 3. And a 1. Now from there, we're supposed to repeat a little section. That little section starts in line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Line 6 and line 7 that we just played, we're going to repeat that section again. So let's go back there. Line 6 and line 7. 1 and 2 and ready, line 6. 1 and 2 E and 3 E, a 4. And a 1 and 2 E and 3. 4 E and a 1 and 2 E and 3 E, a 4. And a 1 E, a 2 E, a 3. 4 E and a 1, 2 E and a 3. 4 E and a 1 E, a 2 E and 3 and 4. And a 1, 2 E and a 3. 4 E and a 1 E, a 2 and a 3 and a 1. And now we're 3 lines from the bottom of the page with another repeated section. Now this time, the repeated section is only 1 line. Let's play that 1 line twice. 1, 2, 3 lines from the bottom, go. 1 and 3 and 1, 2E and a 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and a 3. Repeat. And 1 and 3 and 1, 2E and a 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 1. And then we would go on. Right, we would go on now to the last 2 lines of our solo. So let's finish up solo number 12. 1E and a 2E and a ready and go. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2 and 3. Last line. 1E and a 2, 3E and a 4. 1E and a 2, 3E and a 4. 1E and a 2, 3E and a 4. 1 and a 2 and 3. And that's solo number 12 in a nutshell. Yes, we stopped throughout this solo to break this into the different sections, and now it's your turn to go back and piece them all together. Use a metronome for a solid, steady tempo, and when you can, and when you've mastered the rhythms, try increasing the speed until you reach the desired tempo of 108 beats per minute. So until I see you next time, keep drumming.